slices of life.
For nearly 5 decades now, Daystar has been stirring passions, supporting and shaping career aspirations as it develops transformational servant leaders for Africa and beyond.
School of Business and Economics at Daystar University is where industry captains are made. I was made in Daystar. You too can.
Book your intake now and be the next. Call us or visit www.daystar.ac.ke for more information.
Making my family some nutritious porridge is a painstaking process. First, I have to find all the ingredients needed, and there are many. For vitamins, proteins, and minerals, I need cassava, sorghum, millet. You no longer need to go through all that to make nutritious porridge. All you need is NutriPro.
You don't have to go through the trouble of finding, measuring, and weighing all these vital ingredients. New NutriPro porridge flour comes fortified with 13 vitamins, proteins, and minerals. This means that you have more time to focus on what's important, giving your family the healthy start they deserve. NutriPro, bringing families together. From Tropical brand.
Manze, I'm hungry.
Yes, with some extra fries. Delivery on the way.
So extra.
Aren't you tired of hoping for
No!
So extra!
Has to be extra because extra data is always better with extra minutes. Dial *544# to subscribe and share live extra. Telkom, moving with you.
In 2017, Lifestyle Estates promised Lifestyle Heights in Tatu City. The dream is now a reality. Lifestyle Heights is ready for occupation from 1st September 2019. Lifestyle Heights is a modern gated community of 2, 3 and 3 bedroom with DSQ apartments with amenities rare to find elsewhere. We are inviting you to our open day on the 24th and 25th August 2019 at Lifestyle Heights, Tatu City from 8 a.m. Karibuni nyote.
Investing in the taxi business just got bigger and better with Maridadi Motors Smart PSVs. Buy a Smart Cab Plus from us at 1.25 million shillings and get 47,000 every month. A Smart Chap Chap Cab at 675,000 shillings and get 25,000 every month. Best news yet, we manage the cab for you and give you guaranteed returns every month. Maridadi Motors. Move your status.
Welcome to Kisiwa Technical Training Institute. Kisiwa Technical Training is an ISO-certified institution offering quality technical and entrepreneurship training relevant to the changing industrial and market demands. Apply now for our September 2019 intakes in the following: diploma and certificate courses, electrical engineering, building and construction technology, business administration, mechanical engineering, informational communication technology, communication, automotive engineering, library information sciences, human resource development, food and beverages, business studies, general agriculture and supplies management. Kisiwa Technical Training Institute. Knowledge and skills for better life.
Kwetu student residences is now so much more affordable. From as low as 12,000 bob a month, get to stay in a secure place to live, study, and connect with friends for the same great experience. For 12,000 bob, imagine I'll get spacious study areas, a fully equipped fitness gym, free Wi-Fi that actually works, 24/7 water supply, great support staff, and so much more. We are at Kwetu Jogoo Road, Ruaraka, and now new in Parklands. Kuja ni kushow Kwetu student living.
When the spirit of Kenya got going that magical day, it never looked back. And now, the same spirit is ready to take Kenya to the next level, led proudly by a new generation. Kenya Kin, Shangilia, Hustle ya Kenya. The Ministry of Education will on Friday the 16th of August 2019 hold the National Curriculum Conference on the competency-based curriculum at the KICC beginning at 8 a.m. So far, the ministry has held education quality dialogues in all 47 counties and 11 sector-based pre-conferences where all Kenyans have offered their views on CBC. Register now for the August 16th conference, cbc-conference.go.ke.
The 2019 Kenya Population and Housing Census is coming. For Kenya's planning and development, we all have to be counted. People from all walks of life in any part of Kenya, it's your right to be counted. Be ready to be counted where you will be on the night of the 24th of August 2019. The 2019 Kenya Population and Housing Census, counting our people for sustainable development and devolution of services. Jitokeze uhesabike.
This is NTV.
A very good evening to you. As always, it's a pleasure to have you with us on NTV tonight. These are our top stories.
Tonight, Attorney General responds to Treasury's proposal to disburse half of county funds. The Revenue Division burden again placed with the divided Parliament.
We hope that by that time you will have resolved the issue.
Also tonight, a win and a loss for Humphrey Kariuki. Court rules on freezing his accounts and assets ahead of Monday arraignment.
Plus, a gun and a social media post spins reggae and dancehall disc jockey in the DCI's mix. We get into why DJ Mo Spice is in police custody.
And she is the country's chess champion, but checkmate. Teen hero of Mukuru slum can't travel to represent Kenya, but is still chasing the chess dream.
NTV Tonight with Mark Masai and Smriti Vidyarthi.
Tonight, our sign language interpreter is David Agondoa. Now, a solution on the division of revenue stalemate between the Senate and the National Assembly does not appear to be imminent tonight after the Supreme Court directed the two parties to return to the negotiating table.
The Attorney General, however, wants Parliament to reconvene and pass legislation that will enable disbursement of the minimum shareable amount of 310 billion shillings to county governments to prevent a shutdown.
Well, it is Paul Kihara's opinion that Treasury needs Parliament's nod before it can disburse any monies to counties. Vincent Oduor begins our broadcast tonight.
The stalemate over the Division of Revenue Bill 2019 between the National Assembly and the Senate is far from over. With this reality, the opinion of the Attorney General had been sought on the possibility of the National Treasury administratively advancing funds to the county governments. The AG is of the view that there can be no expenditure from the Consolidated Fund without the authorization of Parliament. He has advised Parliament to urgently consider establishing a legal mechanism for disbursing monies to counties in the absence of a Division of Revenue Act so as to avert such a stalemate in future. The AG, in his considered opinion, says county governments can access monies held in their county revenue fund without the need for the passage of the County Appropriation Act, which is dependent on the existence of the Division of Revenue Act. Lawyers representing the Council of Governors, National Assembly, Senate, Commission of Revenue Allocation, among other interested parties, appeared before Supreme Court judges. The National Assembly's request that the court allows 30 days for mediation with the Senate was rejected.
The possibility that two people who have disagreed get into a room without principles and are expected to agree again on issues they have disagreed before is difficult to comprehend.
Parties have taken diametrically opposed positions. Chances of a successful mediation or a quick one are not very great.
Senate wants counties allocated 335 billion shillings, while the National Assembly has stuck on 316 billion shillings.
We are not here because of amount A or amount B.
Can you have an appropriation act before a division of revenue act? That is a very critical question.
The Supreme Court has been hesitant to hear the matter, and it has now given both houses the last chance to settle the matter.
We will mention this matter on the 16th of September, and we hope that by that time you will have resolved the issue. We want to give an advisory opinion which will take care of all your anxieties.
The National Assembly has submitted names of its members to the mediation committee. As sibling rivalry between the Senate and the National Assembly persists, the Council of Governors maintain that the electorates in the counties are the ones directly bearing the brunt of lack of funds to deliver services in their counties. Vincent Odur, NTV, Nairobi.
Meanwhile, billionaire Humphrey Kariuki has lost an application to stop the Director of Public Prosecutions from seizing his assets.
The Magistrates Court has, however, issued an order barring the DPP from freezing Kariuki's bank accounts both locally and overseas.
The tycoon is expected to appear before the court on Monday in the 41.5 billion shillings tax evasion case. Mel Miendo is still on that story.
Billionaire Humphrey Kariuki is not allowing the state to claim his assets and properties, at least not without a spirited fight. The billionaire's lawyer, Benjamin Musyoki, sought a suspension of the court order granted to the Director of Public Prosecutions, Nurdin Haji, on August 9th to seize, restrain, freeze and preserve his assets and properties. This is following allegations of a 41.5 billion shilling tax evasion scheme by Kariuki's WOW Beverages and African Spirits companies.
General and 4 others.
The tycoon's lawyer argues that the order obtained by DPP Haji will hurt the operations of the companies and further cripple his businesses. WOW Beverages is the sole distributor of high-end alcoholic beverages and distributes famous whiskey brands like Jack Daniels and William Lawson. Detectives had in January raided Kariuki's African Spirits Limited premises and found 80 drums of uncustomed ethanol and rolls of counterfeit excise stamps. Although Principal Magistrate Electa Rihani rejected the request to lift the court order, she barred the DPP from freezing the billionaire's bank accounts, meaning Kariuki can move his money around as he pleases. His 2 private jets are also yet to be impounded. The detectives only seized a small aircraft and a Toyota Land Cruiser VX found in his personal hangar in Nanyuki on Saturday. 31 companies and 89 vehicles linked to the billionaire are listed in the court order, but Kariuki relinquished the chairmanship of Janus Continental Group, which manages Fairmont, Mount Kenya, the Hub Karen, among other multi-million companies associated with him. Mel Miendo, NTV.
Sources privy to the ongoing investigations into the theft of 5,000 bags of sugar from the Bolore go-down in Changamwe have told NTV that the consignment could still be in Mombasa.
How the sugar suspected to be laced with mercury was stolen from the facility is still a mystery that police are struggling to unravel.
Preliminary investigations have, however, indicated that some of the senior employees of Bolore, the owner of the consignment, and the security personnel manning the facility executed the plan to steal the sugar.
The Ministry of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives on Thursday directed blame to the Kenya Bureau of Standards, which it says should have destroyed the sugar immediately it was declared unfit for human consumption.
And from the spin on the sugar story to a not-so-good spin for a local disc jockey.
Popular reggae and dancehall DJ Mo Spice is in police custody following his arrest last night over unlawful public display of a firearm, which police say is not registered.
Now, a picture of the DJ, whose official name is Nicholas Mugo Mwangi, was posted online where he's seen with a gun tucked into the left side of his trousers at the waist.
The Directorate of Criminal Investigation says he was found in the possession of a Steyr pistol and 174 rounds of ammunition.
While the weapon, which the DCI says did not undergo the recent vetting and is therefore not licensed, has been confiscated.
The government had previously said that those holding unvetted guns are considered criminals. According to the Section 18 of the Firearms Act, any licensed gun holder must at all times keep it securely in safe custody and in good condition.
Well, he therefore faces charges that could lead to imprisonment for a term not exceeding 1 year or to a fine not exceeding 10,000 shillings or both.
A petition by activist Okia Omtata on the positioning of a portrait of the country's founding president in the new currency notes today had judges taking an unprecedented move.
Yeah, 3 High Court judges stepped out of the bench for a fact-finding mission at the Kenyatta International Convention Centre, that's the KICC, to ascertain if the statue is indeed part of the KICC or not, as argued by the Central Bank of Kenya.
Zainab Ismail tells us more.
This is the statue at the center of a court case over the new generation currency notes issued by the Central Bank of Kenya. The bone of contention is whether it is part of the Kenyatta International Convention Centre or not. Petitioner and activist Okia Omtata argues that the statue from Mzee Kenyatta is not part of KICC and therefore should not be in the new bank notes. And so the bench obliged to Omtata's request to step out and see for themselves. High Court Justices Anthony Mrima, Kimondo Kanyi and Arsenath Ongeri marched to the complex to get physical evidence on the divisive statute of first President Jomo Kenyatta. The Constitution forbids the use of portraits of individuals on the national currency. The Central Bank of Kenya maintains that the features on the new currency are acceptable and meet the constitutional threshold.
Although the two features cannot be separated. They are one and the same to commemorate 10 years of independence. My Lord, it is very clear that it is a statue, not a portrait, as was defined by the two petitioners.
In a separate petition, Yala Member of Parliament Simon Bugwa also argues that by putting a picture of Mzee Kenyatta's full statue, the CBK simply used the architectural masterpiece, that is the KICC, to sneak the portrait onto the notes. The judgment of the case has now been set for the 27th of September 2019 and will determine whether Central Bank of Kenya contravened the constitution by retaining the statue of first President Mzee Jomo Kenyatta on the new currency notes. Zainab Ismail, NTV.
Right now to a story that we highlighted yesterday, and a follow-up on it. 10 people have been arrested for questioning in connection with the shocking exhumation of a Kakamega Youth Service employee's body to retrieve the uniform that he was buried in.
Martin Shikuku Aluhoye drowned last week and was buried on Monday night in line with Luya customs after his clan elders conducted rituals to cleanse the family.
The next day, a group from the county government stormed his graveyard and exhumed his body to recover the service uniform.
Police have summoned 5 Kakamega County officials, 4 of Martin's family members and the assistant chief for taking part in the exhumation exercise. Police in Kitengela have detained 3 men over the murder of a 21-year-old man at a gaming shop following a heated argument over a video game.
Well, tension has been high in Kitengela town between locals and foreigners after the Wednesday incident, with counter-accusations on who is responsible for the murder of the young man.
The victim is said to have been beheaded by 2 of these suspects at Kitengela town in broad daylight. When the argument escalated, police have held a meeting with the area residents and urged them to coexist peacefully and avoid revenge attacks.
Security officers from the nearby police post managed to intervene in the Wednesday incident, saving the suspects from a mob baying for their blood.
Kitengela ni mahali tunaishi makabila tofauti tofauti, ni ukweli, na mpaka tushirikiane, na kama tunaona mtu yeyote anataka kuingilia usalama ambayo iko hapa Kitengela, then wewe saidiana, tuendane sisi wote, tumlete kwa station, tumchukulie hatua ile inahitajika. Ni sawa. Wale vijana mnaona hapa, tunajua wale hako hapa lawfully, wako hapa kwa ilari ya serikali.
From security concerns in Kitengela to food safety fears, eating greens has been promoted as one of the indicators of a healthy lifestyle.
But this might not be the case for much longer, with data from the Kenya Plant Health Inspectorate Service indicating that a variety of vegetables contain unacceptably high levels of pesticide residue, harmful to humans and the environment.
Food security specialists are now calling upon the government to review the list of harmful active ingredients used in pesticides that are used locally.
Data from the KEFI's 2018 annual report reveals that out of the 1,139 samples collected from the field, 530, which account for 46.5%, had pesticide detections, while 123, which account for 10.8%, exceeded the set European Union's maximum residue levels. 94.4% of kale sampled under the National Pesticide Residue Monitoring Program had pesticide residue. Peas followed with 75.8%, while the pesticide residue in capsicum stood at 59.2%. Root to Food, a body that advocates for food security in the country, is now calling for drastic measures.
As an initiative, we really are calling on the government to review the list of active ingredients that are available and being used by farmers in the country, with the view to having those that have chronic health effects withdrawn from the market.
Despite the Pest Control Product Board highlighting harmful ingredients in pesticides, laxity in monitoring farm produce by regulatory bodies has seen farmers continue using pesticides which are already condemned elsewhere.
When the PCPB is testing and registering, in the process of registering products in the country, they're mainly looking at the purity of a product and its efficacy. They're not collecting data on its environmental or health effects. And that's something we really need to improve on from a policy perspective.
These specialists are pushing for the adoption of ecological farming approaches to control pests. This method, they argue, will protect the soil, water and the climate. Lillian Kiarie, NTV.
The dreams of becoming a world chess champion are appearing elusive for 13-year-old Sarah Momanyi, a champion who cannot travel outside the country due to lack of a birth certificate.
The resident of Mukuru Kwanjenga slum here in Nairobi is, though, still optimistic that this year she will be able to represent Kenya at the Africa Chess Championships in Namibia.
Leila Mohammed visited the family at their home and brings us this story of hope that shines through the dark circumstances of the young champion.
The night stands tall in the middle of this small room in Mukuru Kwanjenga slum. The medals that it has helped 13-year-old Sarah Momanyi win lay over his shoulder and aid her become a knight in her own right in the battle that is the game of chess. Her love for the game was birthed when she accompanied her grandmother to curio shops when she first saw the pieces.
Siku moja akakuja akaniambia, unajua ule mchezo nilikuwa naangalia huko kwa huyo mtu alikuwa anaitwa Nyango. Ule nilikuwa naangalia huko. Sasa imekuja kwa shule yetu. Sasa mimi nataka kucheza huo mchezo.
From here, she and 39 other girls at her school enrolled to learn chess, but not too long after, she was one lone girl ranger among many boys.
Ikabidi nianze kutrain na boys. Sasa tukienda tournament, mpeke yangu nilikuwa msichana hapo.
She was making moves on and off the board, even at the Sports Outreach Center in Mukuru. In 2017, she was the first runner-up in the under-12 category nationally, and in 2018, she won. And this year, the 13-year-old is the under-14 champion. The next level is taking on Africa's greats, but her circumstances have served her a checkmate.
Sasa ikawa kutafuta kitambulisho, yani hiyo birth certificate ikawa ni shida. Unaona alikuwa hana mzazi. Sasa nilikuwa naongea tu hapa kijiji nikiongea na wakina mama, akisimnisaidia ile njia nitaweza pata birth certificate. Mama mwingine akanielekeza kwa mtu mwingine. Sasa huko nikalipa 1,500.
But while the family is correcting past mistakes and seeking to get her documented, she hopes for the best even as the December date to play in Namibia fast approaches.
So what I cry for is just opportunity for all. If these children can be given opportunity just like others, we realize that they have got potential.
Josephat, her trainer, underwent his chess teaching training in Uganda under the tutorship of renowned Robert Katende. He hopes to turn many more of the young girls in this slum into chess queens like she of Katwe. Each is keen to plan her best move to conquer the rival's territory.
Chess has also helped them in their academics, whereby it's a testimony even where they do school.
So for the very first time in my life, I'm playing chess. But for the life of me, I cannot tell how to make the next move to be able to conquer the kingdom on the other side and take away their king. But for Sarah Momanyi, she knows her next move in life is to become an international chess champion. But the biggest, most important move before then is to get documented and get a passport to be able to travel the world and live her dream. Leila Mohammed, NTV, at the Mukuru Kwanjenga slums in Nairobi County.
You know, I want to ask this. Any good at chess?
Not at all.
Which one? Anything close?
Drafts? I don't know if that's even that close. But we, of course, wish her all the very, very best.
You didn't ask me if I am any good.
Oh, sorry. Are you any good at chess?
I was the man. I was a champion.
Oh, really? Okay.
Bano.
Not at chess.
But let's get Momanyi some help in getting that document so she can represent our country. She's a champion.
She certainly is, and all the best to her. Let's hope that somebody is listening. Elsewhere now, a damning expose by the Nation team on the extent of degradation and pollution of the Nairobi River has jolted the government into action.
Water Cabinet Secretary Simon Chelugui was this morning in a meeting with the Water Resources Authority to determine the way forward on how to rehabilitate the choking river. Listen in.
I will be making radical proposals in policy to address this river Nairobi, which has become a source, actually a problem. The level of pollution, open effluent and defecation, discharge of waste, industrial and human from our settlement areas, informal and formal and industrial, needs to stop now. And this will be so painful because industries will close and estates will be displaced. Because when we have heavy deposits of metals like manganese, lead, mercury on our rivers, is actually we are slowly killing our people. And therefore, I have instructed, even this morning we had a session with Warma, and we will be having another session with my colleague in the environment to come up with a joint ministerial approach to deal with this river.
Still on that, in its better days, the Kenyan capital, Nairobi, was the place of cool waters.
Today, though, a river that was once the source of life for many residents in Nairobi and beyond has turned into the river of death, a greasy, clammy and smelly sludge that's used downstream by residents of 5 counties.
This Sunday, Charity Mwangi brings you the details in our special report, Toxic Flow. Here's a preview.
Ningefikiria huu uchafu wanatupa hapa wangeliacha. Kama haya ndo ambayo yanatoka kule yanakuja paka kwa mtu wa Sabaki.
People upstream of this river don't care. We are polluting the river.
Unless the pollution is stopped, we're just dumping poison.
Mimi nikipeleka hii sukuma huko kwa soko, siwezi kusema inatoka Athi River. Mimi nasema inatoka huko Ukambani.
Mali ya umma ni serikali itafanya. And so you dump plastic, you dump materials into the river, and they're going to kill your brother downstream.
Are you telling me it's now that there's cancer everywhere, big guys are dying of cancer, that we are realizing there's a problem? We have been incubating a problem.
You don't want to miss that toxic flow coming your way this Sunday at 7 and 9 p.m. All right, you're watching NTV tonight. Let's take a short breather on the program, but coming up.
Are you planning a journey to Taita Taveta County? Well, please watch what you eat. Details after this.
We are absolutely everywhere and we love it. This is what makes us tick. This is what makes our heart beat. It is always on the edge. It is always football time.
Get an HD decoder, dish kit, plus 2 months of DSTV family for only 4,199 shillings.
Breakfast is not complete without the new Minute Maid NutriDefense's Nectar Plus. Complete the most important meal of the day with the goodness of great tasting juice fortified with vitamin E and zinc to complement your family's nutritional needs. Minute Maid NutriDefense's Nectar Plus. Breakfast complete.
Mbele iko sawa nimecheck. Na dai moja ya power that I will never forget. Drop me your pin and our location. Staki stories za simu, mistaki my conversations. Staki utanipata kwenye gate kama ni appointment. You know that I won't be late. No, hii story najua well na relate. So katambe mtumbili sote tu participate. Take a selfie.
Leo nimekam ku get down. Leo nimekam ku get busy. You've been on my case for a while, but baby I am not that easy. I'm feeling some type of way. Nishike kama siku za mwizi, tupige kama gym tuko tizi, nipike kama toke mandizi. Yeah. Today is your lucky day. What you gonna do now that you have me all to yourself? So come and get this before we get down to business. We got selfie. Baby now my lover. Number one lover. We got selfie. Baby now my lover. Number one lover.
You in the pollution? Yes, you. Dry throat? Strepsils. Gal in the smoke with a raspy voice? Strepsils. Hello, in the downpour with a scratchy throat? Take Strepsils. Get soothing relief for any throat irritation. Strepsils with its medicinal ingredients will heal the harm down to your throat from external factors. Strepsils. Strepsils for a dry, itchy, raspy, scratchy throat.
The things you do. No, I cannot keep up with the things you do.
Tusonge mbele na Fiber Mobile. Get a fiber SIM card today and enjoy Tusonge Mbele bundles at affordable prices.
When the spirit of Kenya got going that magical day, it never looked back. And now, the same spirit is ready to take Kenya to the next level. Led proudly by a new generation. Kenya Kin, Shangilia, Hustle ya Kenya.
In 2017, Lifestyle Estates promised Lifestyle Heights in Tatu City. The dream is now a reality. Lifestyle Heights is ready for occupation from 1st September 2019. Lifestyle Heights is a modern gated community of 2, 3 and 3 bedroom with DSQ apartments with amenities rare to find elsewhere. We are inviting you to our open day on the 24th and 25th August 2019 at Lifestyle Heights, Tatu City from 8 a.m. Karibuni nyote.
For nearly 5 decades now, Daystar has been stirring passions, supporting and shaping career aspirations as it develops transformational servant leaders for Africa and beyond.
I have been a teacher for over 5 years. I am passionate about teaching and impacting the lives of children. Daystar University is offering part-time education programs. This is flexible for me as I scale my profession as an educationist.
Book your intake now and be the next. Call us or visit www.daystar.ac.ke for more information.
Nairobi Governor Mike Sonko was recently on the spot over the proposal to introduce 25 shillings tax on every chicken brought in to the city from upcountry. There's no way on earth the county is going to make a single coin from this, considering watu wote wanatoka Western ushukia Kangemi.
Yes. Nilikuwa naogopa sana eti manzina nikimesi. Nao nishajua nimeokoka sifai kufanya hivi. So niko like dim nampenda manzina nasikia my emotions nasikia. Unajua? Bas.
Kisiwa Technical Training is an ISO-certified institution offering quality technical and entrepreneurship training relevant to the changing industrial and market demands. Apply now. Knowledge and skills for better life.
Welcome back. The wife of suspected drug baron Ali Punjani and 4 other accused persons have been released by the court for lack of evidence.
Shanzu Law Court's resident magistrate David Odhiambo directed the prosecution to release Kaki Sushmi and the rest of the suspects on police bond until the investigating officers gather the necessary evidence before preferring fresh charges against them.
The court has also directed that the file be forwarded to the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions for further direction.
The 5 suspects, 2 Nepalese nationals, 1 Indian and 2 Kenyans, had been arrested during a sting operation conducted on Tuesday at the home of the tycoon in Nyali, Mombasa on suspicion of dealing in drugs.
All right, staying with the war on drugs down at the coast, the police in Voi in Taita Taveta County are interrogating 7 individuals in connection to a drug peddling syndicate in the county.
Police and victims say the drugs are disguised as snacks and distributed to unsuspecting residents. Our regional correspondent, Bill Otieno, spoke to police and victims and filed this report.
2 prison warders are among the individuals in police custody after being found in possession of heroin suspected to have been sold to inmates at Manyani prison.
Kwa hiyo tuko na watu 5. 2 ni wanabiashara hapa mjini Voi na 3 ni vijana wa shule za university huko Nairobi. Na vita hivi vinaendelea. We are under very firm instructions and indeed it's our duty kwamba hii vita iendelee and we are in it for the long haul.
The 3 university students were arrested on Wednesday evening with cookies baked with drug compound. They were distributing the drugs to other youth in the streets of Voi, free of charge. The number of people reached in the free distribution of baked drug is not clear. Some victims, however, say the drugs have been in circulation since the celebration of Eid ul-Adha on Monday.
Hata alivyopewa yake aliuma kidogo, unaona. Hasa mimi yangu singachukua kama ile zenye ginger nuts. Kachukua labda ginger nuts mingi itamlemoni yote. Hata ile saa nimesema acha niende nyumbani. Kumbe ndio sikuenda nyumbani sasa nishuka hivi nikifikiria nienda nyumbani.
The drug market has also expanded to primary and secondary schools after a primary teacher from Maktau Primary School was found in possession with 1 kilogram of shisha and 2 kilograms of cannabis.
Bilotieno, NTV, Voi.
A magistrate's court in Murang'a has stopped the burial of slain Chuka University student Maureen Wanjiku Mwihake until the case surrounding her death is heard and determined.
The 4 suspects, university students Brenda Wanjiri, Alan Mushangi and Maureen Wamboy, and Joseph Waweru, who's a mason in Murang'a, have been arraigned today with charges of murdering Wihaki on the 11th of August.
The deceased was among guests at one of the suspects' graduation party at Kiharu Estate within Murang'a town. A post-mortem examination report indicates that the deceased was strangled to death, a contradiction from information offered by the suspects, who said the 22-year-old developed stomach complications.
Suspects will be detained further and the case will be mentioned on the 28th of August. Supreme Court Judge Justice Jackton Boma Ojwang has been reinstated to office days after a tribunal investigating his conduct cleared him of all allegations.
Through a Gazette notice, President Uhuru Kenyatta has also ordered that all the remunerations and benefits adjusted during the period of investigation accrues to the judge who was out for close to 4 months.
The president notes that the period available for appeal of the decision made by the Justice Al Nasir Visram Tribunal has lapsed and that no one came forward to contest it. Well, Justice Ojwang is free to resume his duties, including at the Judicial Service Commission.
The JSC is to set a date for hearing Deputy Chief Justice Philomena Mwilu's response to allegations against her on a petition submitted by the Director of Public Prosecution.
Mwilu is accused of abuse of office, receiving favours and failing to pay taxes. The court had earlier thrown out a case against Mwilu, accusing the DPP and the DCI of illegally obtaining evidence against her.
Here's a way to appear in court. The Kenya Prison Service has distanced itself from a group of drunken men brought into the Kibera Law Courts early Thursday, but were taken back to custody due to the high level of intoxication.
Well, in a statement to newsrooms, the prison service says that contrary to reports on social media, these drunken men were not brought to the court by them.
Police officers who brought them had a difficult time trying to carry those too drunk to walk back to their vehicle.
And you can just see that on your screens. While others are pictured lying on the ground, it's alleged that the magistrate walked out of the courtroom to the scene to understand what was going on.
The dramatic scenes that played out outside courts caused a stir all over social media, but a matter which prompted the deferment of the hearing of their cases.
So drunk and just in broad daylight.
Anyway, definitely not a way to appear in court. If you can actually avoid it, don't even appear in court in any state, whether drunk or sober. Time for another break, and we'll be talking business after this.
Still ahead, the task force on safety of dam waters finds one with no owner in Eldoret. Details coming up on the Business News with Julian's Amboko.
NHIF wishes to notify the public that the jobs advertisement making rounds on social media titled National Hospital Insurance Fund NHIF Entry-Level Job Opportunities 2019 has not been placed by NHIF. The advertisement is a hoax and should be ignored. NHIF is currently not hiring and will do proper communication in the event of any available job opportunities in the future. NHIF, Afya Yetu, Bima Yetu.
Parenting is all about learning when to be tough and when to be gentle. Tough, gentle. But when it comes to fever, you need to be both. Panadol Baby and Infant starts to work on fever in 15 minutes and is gentle on the tummy. Tough call. Panadol Baby and Infant. Tough on fever, gentle on your child.
One is lonely.
Finally, you fulfilled your promise. Why aren't you wearing the ring?
Two is company.
I don't know what I'm supposed to feel about this. Who are you, Carrie? Why do we look the same?
But three is crazy.
Why are there three of us here?
I gave birth to triplets.
The Blood Sisters. Star Times. Enjoy digital life.
Why are you filming, Mummy?
To help people stop getting sick. People think the weather makes them sick. Actually, it's the germs. Dettol protects from up to 100 illness-causing germs, including the cold and flu virus.
We define your great moments in higher learning through our tradition, diversity, friendship, and merit. The depth and relevance of our academic programs is our pride as we shape our graduates beyond the intellect. We are ready for you. St. Paul's University avails to you variety and consistency as we keep our programs technologically driven and entrepreneurially linked to inspire innovation and service. The door to excellence is open for you. Join us now for August intake. For further information, call us or interact with us online. St. Paul's University, unleashing untapped potential.
When the spirit of Kenya got going that magical day, it never looked back. And now, the same spirit is ready to take Kenya to the next level, led proudly by a new generation. Kenyakin, Shangilia, Hasulia Kenya.
Rough and tough quality textured coating gives your walls a tough and beautiful finish. Available in over 6,000 shades, it hides surface imperfections. Call us on 0709 887 000 to place your order. Crown. If you like it, crown it.
John suffers from indigestion. His twin James suffers from heartburn. Sometimes it's the other way around or both. That's why they use Gaviscon Double Action. It soothes within 3 minutes and lasts up to 4 hours. For double relief from heartburn and indigestion, Gaviscon Double Action. If symptoms persist, seek medical advice.
Mbele iko sawa nimecheck. Na leo nadai moja ya power that I will never forget. Drop me your pin and our location. Staki stories za simu, mistaki my conversations. Utanipata kwenye gate kama ni appointment. You know that I won't be late. Nope. Hii story najua well na relate. So katambe mtu mbili sote tu participate. Take a selfie.
Leo nimekam ku get down. Leo nimekam ku get busy. You've been on my case for a while, but baby I am not that easy. I'm feeling some type of way. Nishike kama siku za mwizi, tupige kama gym tuko tizi, nipike kama toke mandizi. Yeah. Today is your lucky day. What you gonna do now that you have me all to yourself? So come and get this before we get down to business. Baby, now my lover, number one lover. Baby, now my lover, number one lover.
And you're just in time for the only name in business. Welcome, I am Julian Amboko. Now, do you live near a dam? Do you know if it has been inspected for safety? More than a year since the Solai Dam tragedy, a task force that was put up to investigate the safety of dams has presented a damning report showing how precarious the lives of Kenyans living near dams are. Alex Mwangi with the details.
The 15-member task force, for instance, found that the safety of dams is not assigned to any government institution. Besides the provision of little to non-existent disaster preparedness lessons for residents within the vicinity of dams. Consider this finding when it comes to Ndakaine Dam, which supplies the bulk of Nairobi's water needs.
But basically one thing that we found is that there's rare monitoring and inspection of this dam.
The dam has an output capacity of 526 million liters per day, but loses more than a fifth of this before water reaches the end user.
120 million liters of water per day can actually water the entire water needs of Machakos and Kitui. 2 counties can be supported by this loss.
The task force found that the National Environmental Management Authority has few environmental licenses for dams. Some dams, it emerged, are running on autopilot.
We went to a dam in Eldoret called KSS. Nobody owns it. The dam is just there. But it has somebody that is more university getting water from the dam. So when you ask them, do you want this dam? No. As we are getting water from the dam.
According to the task force, 440 million shillings is required in order to implement all its recommendations to the letter. Alex Mwangi, NTV.
And elsewhere, the much publicized launch of the refurbished Kisumu port by President Uhuru Kenyatta and a host of East African heads of state that was scheduled for today has been postponed indefinitely. The event was put off indefinitely even as traders in the town continue to count their losses following 2 weeks of demolitions of structures erected on the Kenya Railways land. Last night, most structures were pulled down to pave way for the expansion of the port. The 3 billion shilling project is expected to spur economic growth in the lakeside city of Kisumu and make it a regional hub. And moving on to matters agriculture, and coffee farmers in select cooperative societies in Nyeri will have to wait longer to receive their dues for the last season's crop as they await marketers and millers to finish the selling their produce. The most affected are growers who deliver their produce to factories in Othaya and Tetu. The factory managers told the farmers they cannot receive pay until the entire produce is sold to them to determine when the release of payouts. Most coffee farmers are paid between April and May for coffee picked in November and December, but a majority of the cooperatives in the county pay farmers below 100 shillings per kilogram. And a day after Kenya Revenue Authority revealed that the country fell shy of its revenue target by 4 percentage points in the financial year 2018-2019, the government is now looking to tax online streaming services. The ICT ministry says it is in the final stages of developing a framework that will be used to tax foreign online streaming media services such as YouTube and Netflix. This would imply that media services will be required to declare the income they generate from the Kenyan market. The proposed policy framework will also ensure that foreign advertisements that air in the Kenyan market are also subjected to taxation. And the student accommodation market continues to attract investors, and this time it is the reason behind Kenya's first green bond. The Capital Markets Authority has given a green light to Akon Project to issue the bond seeking to raise 5 billion shillings to finance hostels. This comes 6 months after the green bond program was launched, providing an avenue to raise capital for environmentally friendly projects. The bond is targeted at specific investors and has a 50% guarantee. And from the capital markets, let's look at the financial report. And that's it from the business desk. It's time for another short break, but still ahead. The Ugandan woman who will now lead the fight to end HIV/AIDS, details coming up shortly.
Making my family some nutritious porridge is a painstaking process. First, I have to find all the ingredients needed, and there are many. For vitamins, proteins, and minerals, I need cassava, sorghum, millet. You no longer need to go through all that to make nutritious porridge. All you need is NutriPro.
You don't have to go through the trouble of finding, measuring, and weighing all these vital ingredients. New NutriPro porridge flour comes fortified with 13 vitamins, proteins, and minerals. This means that you have more time to focus on what's important, giving your family the healthy start they deserve. NutriPro, bringing families together. From Tropical Brand.
Sona moja imetengenezwa kwa njia spesheli ili kupambana na maumivu kwa haraka. Sona moja ina aspirin kama kiungo. Sona moja, kitulizo kamili. Maumivu yakizidi, pata ushauri wa daktari.
Nation FM. More music and less talk. Nairobi 96.3, Mombasa 101.5, Meru 93.9, Nyeri 104.9, Eldoret 102.7, and Nakuru on 97.7. Follow us on social media on Facebook at Nation FM, Instagram at Nation FM, and on Twitter at Nation FM KE. Nation FM. More music and less talk.
Simple Loaf, slices of life.
I'm hungry.
Yes, with some extra fries. Delivery on the way.
So extra.
Aren't you tired of hoping for candidates? Yo!
So extra.
Has to be extra because extra data is always better with extra minutes. Dial *544# to subscribe and share live extra. Telkom, moving with you.
Welcome to Kisiwa Technical Training Institute. Kisiwa Technical Training is an ISO-certified institution offering quality technical and entrepreneurship training relevant to the changing industrial and market demands. Apply now for our September 2019 intakes in the following: diploma and certificate courses, electrical engineering, building and construction technology, business administration, mechanical engineering, informational communication technology, communication, automotive engineering, library information sciences, human resource development, food and beverages, business studies, general agriculture and supplies management. Kisiwa Technical Training Institute. Knowledge and skills for better life. When the spirit of Kenya got going that magical day, it never looked back. And now, the same spirit is ready to take Kenya to the next level, led proudly by a new generation. Kenya Kin, Shangilia, Hasulia Kenya.
Welcome back. Oxfam International Executive Director Winnie Byanyima will soon take the helm of UN AIDS as its new executive director.
The Ugandan national has held several roles affiliated to the governance of the African Union and has influenced the international agenda at the United Nations through her leadership in many coalitions of civil society organizations.
She was the only woman and non-physician shortlisted for the position and was chosen over 4 candidates.
In a tweet celebrating her appointment, Byanyima reinforced her commitment to ending the AIDS pandemic by 2030.
All right, let's paint you a picture now. You grow up dreaming of a job that your entire being desires.
You try to get in, but get rejected. But you do not give up, and eventually your resilience pays off.
Well, you get the job, which for you is more of a platform to serve your country.
Unfortunately, in the line of duty, you lose your legs in a dramatic episode.
Well, this is the story of one of the soldiers in the Kenya Defense Forces. This Saturday at 7 and 9 p.m., Leila Mohammed brings us the feature For God and a Country.
Nilijituma sana kuingia katika jeshi. Hata chochote kikitokea, inatokea kwa ile kitu ambao wewe mwenyewe ulipenda. Hakuna kitu inaweza nizuia kupigana. Kama ni mikono, niko nayo.
Sina private Wekoba is an inspiration to other soldiers.
Mimi nimefika flowering stage ya kutoa mbegu, na mbegu ambayo itapandwa huku nje kwa mwananchi wa kawaida ni mbegu ya ujasiri.
The resilience is there.
For many officers within the KDF, a conviction to serve is a call to duty for not only God, self and country, an act of valor in love for the nation.
For God and Country, that is this Saturday, 7 and 9 p.m. You don't want to miss that. We take another break for sports, but we leave you with some melodies.
Yeah, we do. The Grammy-winning Soweto Gospel Choir is in Nairobi this week to perform alongside some of Kenya and East Africa's fine-tuned voices.
Now, earlier in the year, the group won their 3rd Grammy Award for Best World Music Album for the Freedom Collection, a 12-track tribute to celebrate the centenary of the birth of Nelson Mandela.
Well, the group will take the stage tomorrow evening at Sitam in Karen. Listen in.
Sakukuga sakunduga sakukuga sakunduga sakukuga sakunduga mama elele mama mama elele mama. Hi, we are Soweto Gospel Choir. Thank you for watching NTV.
Hii ni ya wale wanajitambua, yani wale wanajiamini. Yani someone took their sweet time and thought about us. Rembo TV, simply beautiful.
I'm hungry. Yes, with some extra fries. Delivery on the way.
So extra.
No.
So extra.
Has to be extra because extra data is always better with extra minutes. Dial *544# to subscribe and share live extra. Telkom, moving with you.
Wacha niende hivi nikuletea hata kali katika hii. Wewe unataka nini?
Can I buy a chocolate, please? It's for my mom. Happy birthday, Mom.
Thank you, Bella. There's a class and a half in everyone.
When the spirit of Kenya got going that magical day, it never looked back. And now, the same spirit is ready to take Kenya to the next level, led proudly by a new generation. Kenya Kin, Shangilia, Hustle ya Kenya.
In 2017, Lifestyle Estates promised Lifestyle Heights in Tatu City. The dream is now a reality. Lifestyle Heights is ready for occupation from 1st September 2019. Lifestyle Heights is a modern gated community of 2, 3 and 3 bedroom with DSQ apartments with amenities rare to find elsewhere. We are inviting you to our open day on the 24th and 25th August 2019 at Lifestyle Heights, Tatu City from 8 a.m. Karibuni nyote.
Nairobi Governor Mike Sonko was recently on the spot over the proposal to introduce 25 shillings tax on every chicken brought in to the city from upcountry. There is no way on earth the county is going to make a single coin from this, considering watu wote wanatoka Western ufikia Kangemi.
Yes. Nilikuwa naogopa sana eti manzina nikimess. Nao nishajua nimeokoka sifai kufanya hivi. So niko le kudim nampenda manzina nasikia my emotions nasikia. Unajua?
Bas.
Kisiwa Technical Training is an ISO-certified institution offering quality technical and entrepreneurship training relevant to the changing industrial and market demands. Apply now. Knowledge and skills for better life.
Let's have a look at the day's sports news. Welcome, my name is Brian Otwal. The national women's hockey team lost 2-0 to Zimbabwe, while the men's team twice lost the lead to also fall 3-2 to Zimbabwe in the Tokyo 2020 Olympic qualifiers that are ongoing in South Africa. The Kenyan ladies Tausi drew with Ghana and won against Namibia. This as the men's team Chui lost all its matches, having previously fallen to Egypt and Ghana. Only the top men and women teams in the 4-nation round-robin qualifiers will secure tickets to the 2020 Olympics in Japan. And the national athletics team is preparing for the 12th African Games, and tonight we focus on the 10,000 meters men's team that is dreaming of winning a gold medal, which Kenya has not won for many decades.
It is 51 years since Naftali Temu won 10,000 meters gold in the 1968 Olympic Games in Mexico City. Kenya has, however, suffered a decline in the discipline, and for many decades, Kenya has not won a gold medal in the 10,000 meters race. Be it in the World Championship, Olympics, Africa Games, and Commonwealth Games. Kenyan athletes will have a chance to change that during the Africa Games in Rabat, Morocco, and the IAAF World Championship in Doha, Qatar. In the Africa Games, Edwin Soy, Paul Tanui, and Charles Yosei will be eyeing gold for Team Kenya.
Tunaamini program yenye tunapewa na pia sisi tunajiamini kwa mazoezi yenye tumefanya. Tukiunganisha ujuzi yenye niko naye na ile nguvu yenye vijana wako naye, itasaidia sana.
The 33-year-old Soy won bronze in 5,000 meters at the 2008 Beijing Olympic Games before suffering a setback.
Kwa ule wakati nilikuwa nimepotea, nilikuwa nimepatwa na injuries, lakini ninafurahi na nashukuru Mungu sana nimepona, na tukiombewa na Kenya na tukiwa na umoja kwa hii team, bila shaka tutakuwa na medali sisi wote.
At the last edition in 2015, Ethiopia won gold and bronze, with Kenyan Leonard Barsoton bagging silver. Yoshua Makori, NTV Sport.
Let's get a quick update on the ongoing Kikoso Games, that is the East Africa Military Games, as well as the upcoming Prince Louis Sevens and Odibet sponsored Champions of Champions football tournament from Befinokoth.
Kenya's Ulinzi Warriors thrashed Burundi 90-66 in their second basketball match in the ongoing East African Military Games, whereas the national women's team lost 43-37 to Uganda in their first netball match as the Military Games entered its third day. In other results, Tanzania beat Burundi 7-3 in football, but lost to Rwanda in basketball after an 83-54 score. Kenya's Ulinzi Stars will tomorrow play against Uganda in their second football match in the East Africa Military Games. The men's basketball team will also play against Tanzania as they seek to defend their title. The women's team will face Uganda in netball and Tanzania in volleyball. Meanwhile, Kenya Ports Authority have retained their Kikoso Games netball women's title. The Dockers beat their arch rivals Kenya Civil Aviation at the Kisii High School in a match that was decided in the extra time after a 37-37 tie in regular time. In basketball, KCAA beat defending champions Postal Corporation of Kenya 60-45 to lift the men's crown, thereby replicating their women counterparts' success. The fourth leg of the National Rugby Sevens circuit that is sponsored by Stanbic Bank will be docking in Nakuru this weekend for the Prince Louis Sevens. The three-day rugby tournament kicks off on Friday with Menengai Oilers and Top Fry Nakuru RFC representing Nakuru County. Upcoming football players from Nairobi will have a chance to be scouted to join a camp in Sweden during the Odibet's Champions of Champions tournament to be held at the Camp Toyoyo grounds on Friday. 8 teams will participate, including Chapadimba All-Stars, Kothbiro All-Stars, Chris Darling All-Stars and Royal Wanyama All-Stars team. Befinokoth, NTV.
And Eldoret Youth FC participation in the National Super League is at risk due to financial constraints, as Gabriel Kudaka reports on the team's tribulations.
Ordinarily, these Eldoret youth players would be training in preparation for the new season, which is barely 3 weeks away. But instead, they sit in groups, their heads lowered. A reason being their fate in the National Super League is uncertain, despite finishing 9th in the last campaign.
Na feel vibaya sana kuona timu yetu hapa Eldoret imepata kuvunjwa. Si vizuri, vijana wamestruggle, wameweza kuonesha mpira ambao iko hapa North Rift.
We've been seeing some messages on social media that the team has been sold. The team is no longer in Eldoret. So it's so sad.
The individual sponsor has found the going tough, and now the players and fans are calling on well-wishers within the region to step up.
Aim yetu ilikuwa tuende tucheze Premier next season. If kama hawa wahisani wataingilia, bado tuko na hiyo tu maono.
Tuko na makampuni mingi Eldoret kama Rivertex, kama KCC, na wengine watusaidia hao vijana ili waweze kuendeleza talanta zao za mpira.
They have been considered as the hope of football in this athletics-dominated region, but that hope is now fading due to financial constraints. The first rising star of Eldoret Youth FC is now dimming.
Since the exit of Rivertex FC, it took over 20 years for another team from Eldoret to grace the nationwide league. And with Eldoret Youth's fate unclear, presence in the NSL may be short-lived. Gabriel Kudaka, NTV Sports.
And Gor Mahia defender Josh Onyango headlines the final shortlist of players for the Most Valuable Player award in the 2018-2019 KPL season SJAC Football Awards. Onyango will battle it out with former Gor Mahia midfielder Francis Kahata, as well as Golden Boot winner Eno Shuchieng of Ulinzi Stars. Onyango will also battle Kevin Wasonga from Sony Sugar and Bandari's Brian Otieno for the Defender of the Year gong. The Midfielders Award has Kahata, Madhare's Cliff Nyakea and Bandari's Abdallah Hassan. Sofapakas Justin Dikumana headlines the Goalie of the Year Award. Sofapakas John Baraza, former Gor Mahia's Hassan Okte and Bandari's Bernard Mwalala are in line for the Coach of the Year Award. And sports tourism is growing in the country, and the latest county to join the bandwagon is Isiolo County through the Shaba Challenge. Aside from sports tourism, the challenge supported responsible conservation to mitigate the effects of recurrent drought caused by climate change.
Most times, sports is normally about winning or losing in the traditional sense of the word. However, obstacle challenges fall in the extreme sports category, where the battle is individual with one pushing their limits. The individual overcoming of challenges can also be used to foster teamwork and build teams. That was the essence of the Shaba Challenge held at the scenic Shaba National Reserve. It featured 3 obstacle courses suited for the various groups of participants. The challenge sought to promote sports tourism while also supporting community development.
Sports tourism ndio inaleta maendeleo kwa kila mahali. Maana inaleta wageni kutoka pembe zote za dunia na wanakuja kukula, kufurahia na kuona ile vitu ile utamaduni ya watu.
Every single cent that comes our way, we are going to make sure we have a violence-free environment for every child of Kenya.
The event was supported by the county government of Isiolo, Sarova Group of Hotels, and Action Aid Kenya.
All right, that's the sport we play again tomorrow night. Have a lovely night. My name is Brian Otwal. Mark and Smriti, for some chess lessons, perhaps NTV Sports will come through for you guys.
Yeah, we probably need that.
I definitely need that. But thank you for that and more. Probably the obstacle challenge is something you'd be looking forward to.
Yeah, definitely. Looked like a lot of fun, but definitely hard work. Yeah. All right, well, that's where we leave it on NTV tonight. Thanks for watching. Thanks to David Agondoa, our sign language interpreter. I'm Smriti Vidyarthi.
And I'm Mark Masai. Good night.
This is NTV.
NutriPro, bringing families together from Tropical Brands.